Gen V Season 2, Episode 2, titled Justice Never Forgets. And this episode, I thought it was fine. So, last episode, I thought it was fine. With this episode, it is more about world building. It's a little bit more about what this campus is, what is God U is like. Because, we've seen what it was in Season 1, and now in Season 2, it's a little bit more about social media, about there's a class, there's like a social, that's taught by a fairy, literally, there's a woman with wings on her back and all that. Anyway, and the assessment is, I want you to do a social media post about your brand and how this terrible tragedy that happened with Kate and how it feels for you. Yeah, basically, say sorry without saying sorry. Or have it basically look like you give a shit, but actually not look like you give a shit, right? And that. Or the Battle Royale thing going on, where we have several characters, including our own characters, like Jordan and Amari, being in this, battle chamber, where they had to fight basically Thor. Clearly this guy's meant to be a piss take on Thor. Because when you have a line like, who's ready to deep throat my hammer, you kind of, in your head, you're like, well, that's clearly meant to be Thor, and showing that he's a very, powerful guy. He's can just, an unstoppable threat, right? And the idea is, if you could be him and fight him, your way to fight this culture war between humans and soups, the Stylizers and Homelanders, and all that. So we got that mindset going on. But the biggest issue I have with this episode so far, most of it is it's fine. It's not bad, it's not horrible, it's just fine. Even though I won't lie, so the Deep, clearly you didn't get your name just for the ocean theme, did you? Because apparently him being the king of that frat house, and to be part of the new Allegiant, he needs to shove a wooden plank, basically a wooden dildo up your ass to show your allegiance to the frat house. Okay, good God, they didn't show it, but seeing the bloody stilt, you just go, God damn. Absolutely. You're like, the boys. Once again, but the good thing about it is that was the only, what the fuck, scene of the episode. And it's not melted into my brain because it's not, they didn't actually show it. So that's good. Now they just give us information that I am aware of how the Deep chooses his college, his college graduates. It's just okay. But one of the big issues is the sound mixing in this show so far. What the fuck is with the sound mixing? It felt like there was a part of me that was like, wait, was this finished filming during, just before the spikes? So you edit everything together, you're like, oh, we don't need to do ADR, and it's like, yes, you need to do ADR. Because clearly people's mics ain't working. Because there's a scene between Mary and Jordan, and it's meant to be this touchy moment. They have the differences in these two episodes, and it's the one where they recommend, and romance becomes, friendship becomes romance, and I'm like, I don't know. Once again, it could be my TV. You never know. But last episode, there was the same problem, and this episode there's still that problem. So it just feels like everything was on -12, which is like industry standards of everything being leveled. But the dialogue was like on -14 when everyone's like having a realistic, stern conversation. It's meant to be quiet and only two people can hear, and it's just the sound mixing in this show so far hasn't been the greatest of the, at least this season, and that, so hopefully they hear those criticisms about the sound mix and they quickly improve it, because it's an easy thing. It's just a file and they can just go old file, new file, and that's all they need to do. But hopefully they can easily fix that. But this episode I was just like, yeah, it's fine. More world building, and that clearly what happened to Conrad. Anyway, the friend that died, and the one who died trying to escape Fort. Clearly, he is the motivator. He is the reason to motivate these characters to do the things they do in the remaining 6 episodes. So, I hopefully once again, we're moving on. We're moving the gears. We're moving the gears over and keep those gears moving. But anyway, comment below what you think of this episode.